I've seen countless people recreating K-pop demon hunters outfits and Dress to Impress, but they all seem to have one thing in common. They all require custom makeup or VIP. And as you can see, I have none of them. What if I told you there's a way to make the cutest K-pop demon hunters outfits and Dress to Impress for free? Absolutely no game passes. That's what I want to show you in this video. So let's go. First up, the icon Rumi. We use this face from the male selection. Then you want to equip this hair for starters and color it to purple. It doesn't matter which purple, just make sure all the hairs that we are adding are the same color. Then select this braid over here. It might look a little weird now, but once you start editing it later, it'll look nearly perfect. Maybe lighten this one up a little because it does make it look a little darker. Add this one over here. She's literally my Shayla, perfect for little messy areas. Just color it purple. Then the Lana bun. Maybe you could lighten up the Lana bun, but it's really your choice. I personally didn't. Now here's the fun part. Move the first hair that we added back and a little higher. It might look a little weird, but this is the best option I found for free, so yeah. Next, you want to go to the men's section and get this crop turtleneck. Make sure it's in the regular version and not the cheerleader one. Make that white and glittery. I know Rumi doesn't have this on her original costume, but I feel like it adds a little more detail, so I'm going to add it, make it glittery, and just leave the color like that. Honestly, it gives a holographic effect. Next up, go get the jean shorts. I chose these ones over the other leggings we have because the other ones are more high-waisted and Rumi has a more cropped look going on. Make those glittery and white, of course. Next, you're gonna get this chain over here, the thicker one, and leave the color like that basically. Next, for her demon marks, I am gonna be using the Style Showdown crown. It's really simple to get, but even if you don't have it, you could use any other headpiece, such as the Chinese New Year code that we got. It may or may not be expired, but I heard a lot of people got it, so I think it'll be fine. Next up, just move it around like I'm showing you in the video. Just make it a little smaller, like fidget with it a little. Of course, we're adding lashes. The face looked really questionable before that, but the lashes really saved it. I personally prefer making the lashes a little lighter just to make it more cohesive, but of course it's optional. Next up, I added the other Lunar New Year code with the arm bands things for her other demon stripes that are on her arms, obviously. For more detail, again, I added the eyebella top, toggle to just the collar or shirt area. Next, since Rumi is a fairly strong character, honestly, and I feel like she would be physically fit, I added the abs as well. Also because I had those little swirly things that did remind me of her stripes, so I did add them. Also, I did lighten up most of the purples for the stripes because I feel like it would look more natural. Of course, stripes wouldn't ever look natural, but more accurate to the movie, actually. Also, another problem I faced was how to cover up the bodice or abs peeking through the upper top, or the lower top actually. So I tried to cover it up with various different ways, and I did end up fidgeting a lot with the top area, and I ended up adding the Myra top as my best solution with the big bow. I know it's a lot of extra detail added to the top that she didn't have before, but I feel like we can enhance it a little because if I did just what was in the movie, it would look a little basic in my opinion. For her boots, I used these Halloween boots we got in the Halloween update. I kind of forgot what color I should make them, so I just made them white. As you can see, the abs are peeking through a little in the upper torso, but it's okay. I am a messy layer and I am proud of it. Since her cheeks were looking a little empty, I decided to add the other Lunar New Year code that I was talking about earlier, but this time instead of on her head, on her cheeks. So I did move it down, scale it. It looks like worms, but it still looks cute though. Those abs peeking through are definitely more obvious from up close, but who is gonna notice? Next up, we have the pink hair diva, Mira. Use this face from the male selection with lashes, of course. Next, for the hair, you're going to want to start by picking this Nicki Minaj hair. That's what I like to call it. Move it a little higher so it isn't giving exceeding hairline, and color it this rich pink. I'll have the hex code on the screen. Next, take the bangs from the hair I just showed. After, this is optional, I'm going to take this hair over here and kind of adjust it to make her hair a little longer because I want to keep it a little true to the movie, obviously. Next, I'm going to take this flowy animated hair and set it to animated. and just move it a little lower, or just scale it down actually, to give like a moving effect. For the pigtails, I do believe I could have done better by using the iBella pigtails. It's not that they look bad or anything, they could have been a little more accurate though. It's your choice if you want to make the switch or not. It looks pretty crazy from the back, but who's actually going to look back there? For the actual outfit, get this baggy t-shirt over here. I did end up changing it because it overlapped weirdly with the skirt. But you want to choose this third pattern and maybe change the hue a little and make it a more pinkish tone. This skirt is literally perfect for Mira's outfit. Just make it this color over here, lighten it up a little, and it would be super pretty if it weren't for this top. So I wanted something more cropped, or at least a little more body hug or something. So I went to look, but before that, I put on her shoes, and I couldn't really find those knee pad thingies. So instead of adding the red there, I added the red on the bottom of the shoe. It was just a preset red, the darkest one we have in the selection over there. Before I even realized how messy the shirt actually looked, I added like a lot of jewelry. I took this necklace over here and turned it into a body chain because with what she's wearing, it wouldn't really show up the one we already have in game. So I decided to craft one out of a necklace. I also added this really cute bear choker and made the first color black, second one gold, and the third, the tummy area, white. Now here's where I realized the mistake. I added those cuffs on the arms, but they didn't really show enough arm area actually, so I decided to change the shirt. The cuffs really just covered up her entire arm, and Mira actually has short sleeves with cuffs on the end of her arms, but we don't really have something like that in the game, so. I added these cute baddie pass nails, but you really don't have to if you don't have them. I just added them as a little fun detail. Now for the cutest animated machine I have ever seen, Zoe. Use these buns over here, they really match her. And these micro bangs. Move them a little higher to be more accurate to the movie. Add this bob over here and toggle it to only bangs. And obviously color all of that black. For the face, I didn't record which one I put on, but I feel like you can imagine because it is pretty unique and it's fairly recent. For the outfit, put on this tube top with that cutout and make it blue and silky. For extra detail, I'm putting on this halter top that we got from the Valentine's update or the Petal update. I can never really tell the difference. Color the first option to blue, second one to black, and the third one to blue again. For the pants, you have two options depending on what currency item you have. Put on these sweatpants for the first one, color them to navy blue and the drawstrings to gold, and then put on these baggy pants over here, maybe glittery, and color them to gold as well. For the second option, I had to buy these Western chaps. If you don't already have them, the first one is okay, but this one honestly is a little less accurate. I was also shocked to find out that there was a gap literally at the crotch area, which was actually insane. I did not know that. You're gonna wanna color the base of it navy blue, the details gold, and you're gonna have to find something to put underneath there. My first option was this over here, the Lana pants, which did not work. Also, they're brown at that area, so I did recolor them before I found another option. Also, for shoes, you put on these boots. A better option would have been some chunky sneakers that we do have in game, but I just didn't see her feet in that photo, so I just imagined. For a more flattering look, I chose these capris to cover up the gap instead, but they were clipping a little, so I left them and found these skinny jeans, which worked like a dream. I colored them brown and we were almost done with the outfit. Zoe has some sort of jewelry that wraps around one of her arms, but I didn't have that, so I used the Lunar New Year code for both. I ended up changing Zoe's face to this one over here since the one I chose had monolids and I don't think she has them in the movie, so I tried to keep it accurate. I'm so happy you made it this far into the video. I hope this tutorial helped you in some way. Please let me know if you want me to recreate any other character because I would be really glad to. And which is your favorite K-pop demon hunter? Mine personally is probably Zoe, but since you made it this far into the video, you might as well subscribe to see more of me and my channel. I hope you have a nice rest of your day or night. Bye tulips!